Protest proudly supported by the Western Australia government through Tourism Western Australia. Gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Happy to have you, Volk.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having us. It's always good to be here, Perth. How are we?
Any opening comments, Rob?
I was in the area. So, yeah, I thought I'd pop by. What's up, guys?
All three cornering their teammates this weekend. Caio, you'll be in the corner of Carlos Prates. How are we feeling on the road here?
What up, you sick cunts? No, I'm not going to be cornering him. I'll be in the front row just cheering a lot, enjoying the UFC here in Perth. Thank you guys for having me.
We love being here. We've got microphones right up there and right up there, right in the aisle. So feel free to line up, ask any of these guys a question. I want to open it to you guys so that we don't run out of time. Miss in the boots over here, why don't you lead us off?
Hello. Hi. So I have a story. I used to have a crush on Whittaker, and when I went to Singapore and I took a photo of him and me, I made it into a mouse pad to work. So, and then when he lost the belt to Izzy, I moved on to Izzy.
Cool story.
So, when's your next fight?
Let me unpack that story for a minute. I was a mouse pad for a while.
You were a mouse pad and then she moved on. Did you get an Izzy mouse pad? Okay, we'll move on.
When you say you moved on to Izzy,
She did ask, Rob, she did
he
ask,
now a
when
mouse
are
pad?
you going to fight next? That was kind of the...
I'm not allowed to tell anybody, but I'm in camp. It could be within
He's not
3
allowed
months.
to tell you,
Okay.
but I can let you know. No,
I have a follow-up question to that. Will you ever see 186 pounds or less on a scale again in your life?
My deathbed, maybe.
That's what I thought.
I'm done.
Go ahead, over here.
How long do you think Carlos Ulberg will hold his title for?
How long do you think Carlos Ulberg will hold his title for? Volk, why don't you?
all of us.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, there's probably going to be a bias. I'm always going to be rooting for anyone this side of the world. But, I mean, you've seen what he could do on one leg. Now, that's impressive. Against someone dangerous like Yuri, expect him to hold it for a while. Sure.
Over here. Go ahead, my man.
Oh, this one's for Volk. What was your best fight you've ever had?
Oh, man, it's going to be hard to top Islam here in Perth. You know what I mean? That was incredible. I didn't get my hand raised, but just the way this arena just went nuts. It was just a great, the atmosphere was just, too good. It really was one of I enjoyed the fight, everything about it, the storyline going through. I thought I would get my hand raised. I didn't, but it was still incredible. One of my favorites.
Over here, go ahead.
Yeah, this one's for Volk again. How often do you water your driveway, mate?
Well, for a Macedonian, a European, I probably should have concrete all through the backyard. But I live on a farm. My actual driveway's gravel, so it doesn't need water. Every time there's a lot of rain or something, I've got to bloody bobcat the damn thing and keep it, you know what I mean, nice and smooth. So we don't really like watering it. We don't water it, unfortunately. Old man Volk does, though, as you've seen in the ad.
Over here, go ahead.
This one's for Volk again. After the second Islam fight you had, you mentioned that you struggled a little bit with your mental health. In your 14-month layoff in between the Taporia and Lopez fight, what did you do to improve your mental health? And how important is the mental battle at the top of the game?
Oh, man, look, it's just, it's always going to be a timing thing, right? Like, it was just hard for me to understand what's going on. Everyone's going to have rough patches, right? Everyone does. We just need to know sometimes, things will get better. That's one thing that we know. But having that break for me was incredible. I didn't really know anything different than just, that fighter's identity you hear people talk about. Now I understand it. I got to really be old man Volk, cooking with Volk, farmer Volk, you know what I mean? In that break, I really got to just be myself and got to be me again and understand who I am and that was a big part for me. So, I wasn't just, me just chasing the dream for so long and just trying to be the best fighter I could be, and just didn't have any other time for anything else. But that break was great for me because I really got to, there was so much growth, and that's what helped for sure.
Thank you very much, champion. All the best.
Over here, go ahead.
Hi guys, I want to ask you all of you this question. Before you fight, when you are still in backstage, and what's going on in your mind? What are you thinking about, and what do you feel when you walk out and enter the arena?
Yeah, I'm gonna be first. So, right, I try to be present all the time. I try to be thinking what I need to do at the time that I need to do. Like I don't keep thinking too much about the fight because the fight is, even though it's close, it's still in the future. So I try to live in the present. So when I'm doing the warm up, I'm thinking about how many series of this that I need to do, how many reps of this I need to do. So I try to stay in the present most of the time, so I don't get the adrenaline and all that. And then I just enter in the flow. That's it.
Yeah, the pressure's pretty mental back there. A lot of the time, I think I should have studied harder in school. Like, just wondering what am I doing? Especially when you're behind the backdrop and you hear the songs and you hear the crowd and everything quieten down. It gets full on. But I guess much on what Caio said, it's just you have belief in the process, have belief in the work that you put in, and just understand once you get on the ride that your body's going to do its thing.
Yeah, Kai, he pretty much smashed that. Like, that's exactly how it is. I just try and be present, go through the motions. I don't try and overthink the fight too much until I get that little bit closer. But one thing that I do while I'm going through a lot of that process is just remind myself, why I'm doing it. Obviously, I've got a family back home. I've got friends. I've got all the supporters. Especially because we're always away. So I'm always thinking of, Australia, everyone here, and just all the people that support me. So that does go through my mind. But at the same time, we like to stay present and just go through the motions. Then we're about to walk out. That's when we really dial in and soak up the crowd, and then be like, all right, got a job to do. Remind myself what we need to do, and then go and do it.
It happens in the life too. People be thinking too much about the future. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. So that's why you get anxious in your life. So just try to live in the present, not just about fighting, but in life in general.
Thank you guys.
Great question. Thank you. Over here, go ahead.
Hey, this one's for Volk. Volk, I just want to say you're the greatest fighters of all time, and I just want to ask you if you have any advice for guys who are shorter and looking to compete.
Yeah, I know a lot about that. Yes. Well, man, honestly, it doesn't matter. With everything, right? There's going to be pros and cons in everything. Tall people obviously going to have their reach and all that, but sometimes us smaller people are going to be better in certain positions. We don't need as much. We've got shorter limbs that we can really take advantage of. So trust me, just know the body type, your style, and just make whatever you're learning through your coaches and whatnot, just make it your own. Just try and understand the concepts and then make it work for us shorter people. So that's something that, that's it. So that's something that's always worked for me. So if I'm working range, obviously I'm going to do it a bit different to these taller guys, but there's still a lot that I can capitalize on.
Thank you. Let's go to the taller gentleman over here.
Hey, gents. A mate of mine won his MMA debut the other day, but he basically hugged the guy the entire fight. So he's just after some tips on stand-up and improving his stand-up because his nickname is Bedtime. So he needs some KOs on his record.
Caio, what do you think? You're the nerd here.
So you're gonna face your opponent. His name is Bedtime.
That's it. My mate's nickname is Bedtime.
I still didn't got it. Sorry.
You answer, Volk.
Nah, we're just obviously I've seen Bedtime. Obviously, he's got a YouTube channel. He analyzes fights and whatnot. So shout out to Bedtime. He had his fight, but he was hugging the bloke, so he was just grabbing him and just didn't strike with him. And I know he's probably going to be pretty critical being on YouTube of everyone and their fighting style and all that. So I think it's only fair that we be critical to him and tell him to stop being a pansy and stand up and strike. Where's he here? Maybe he's here.
I think it's here.
Thanks, Volk.
Shout out, Benson.
Just don't think too much. Just go.
Cheers, guys.
Over here, go ahead.
My question is to everyone. I would just like to know what a typical day after a fight would look like for you guys.
Day after a fight. Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, after the fight, right now I became a father, and my son is 2.5 years. My daughter is 5 months old. So a typical day for me after the fight is just to see them, hug them, spend some time with them, with them, with my wife and my family. I like to bring my family to the fights. So I just like to spend time with them. For sure, after the fight, we can celebrate, go party, be a little bit of Carlos practice, and then after I spend some time with the family, and that's it for me.
Yeah, day after the fight, much the same. It's like time to take the kids on a holiday and all the things that I promised during camp that I had to, I said, no, I promise after the camp we'll do this. After the camp we'll do that. All the toys that I said I'll get them because I miss things, it's time to pay it back, So, yeah, much the same. Debts must be paid.
And Rob's got 6 promises to catch. 6 kids.
That's why I'm
promises
still fighting,
to catch
mate.
up on.
So I'm still here.
Good with you. I'm good.
Over here, go ahead.
I got a question for Caio.
What's up,
You've been talking to DDP online for ages. What's one message you have for him?
Fight me, please, brother. That's all.
Um,
We're fighters. We fight. We're not paid to do sparring or anything like that. Like we're paid to fight. So I've been calling out this guy for four times already. And with all due respect, I think he's a great guy, great former champion. Just want to test me against the best in the world. I think he's one of the best in the world. And just fight me, brother. That's all.
and Volk, I got my apron.
Appreciate it, my man. Thank you.
Over here, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tommy. I never would have thought that I would be talking to my heroes. This is a question for Volk. So I watch you on TikTok and I see Cooking with Volk. Will you ever open a restaurant?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I mean, it's going to have to probably eventually happen, right? What do you reckon I should do? What do you reckon I should do?
What kind of restaurant do you have?
What kind
any
of restaurant? What do you
suggestions?
reckon I should be cooking?
I don't know. Your food looks very good.
Man, what do you reckon will work? I mean, obviously burgers, right? I do so much. It's pretty much all I do, burgers and steaks.
Need to be barbecue.
Everyone
folks.
loves burger
Need
and
to be
steak.
barbecue. Yeah,
Eh?
steaks and
Barbecue.
burger.
Yeah, I'm a barbecue guy. I think it'll be barbecue. Yeah, maybe. There might be definitely something, but I really enjoy it. And it seems that everyone enjoys it too. So I
Sounds
appreciate
great.
it.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Go ahead over there.
Question for each of the fighters. For Caio to start with, I just want to know, there's been a speculation that Mauricio Rupi is not with the Fighting Nerds anymore. Is that true, or is he going to be moving on somewhere else?
Mauricio is always going to be a fighter, He's a guy that brought a lot to the team, a lot of good things to the team. Right now, he's in on the timing that he wants to do his own kind of training, his own private training, and all this shit, and he's doing around there. But he's always going to be part of the team. We're always going to root for him, And I think I hope he smashes in the White House, and we're going to be celebrating together for sure.
Is he still going to be coming back to the team, or is it?
He's still on the team. I think right now he's doing his work, but as soon as he wants to get back, he just needs to, like, guys, I want to start training again and all that, and we had no problem with that, He's part of the family, part of the team. He's always going to be.
And one for Rob. You've teased the idea of moving up to light heavyweight. Is that going to be a possibility, or you're going to stay at middleweight for the rest of your career?
I'm definitely moving to light heavyweight. Middleweight is now part of history. It's time for me to new scenery. I say new scenery, but everyone in middleweight's moving up. Like Ryan Costa, they're all up there. Chamaya will probably go up there soon.
Have the UFC reached out with any potential opponents for that move? Or?
Yeah. No, I'm in camp for a fight. I can't tell you who. Or
Let's
when,
go.
but it's soon. It's
One last one for Volk. I've got an idea for you. Maybe if you could start up a hunting with Volk series and then cook the food that you hunt.
Yeah, I feel like I do a bit of that.
Hire him, Hopo.
But yeah, 100%. I love that. Everyone loves that because I love my hunting. I love camp. I love my adventure stuff. And we do a bit of we call it bush to belly. So I do a bit of bush to belly, all stuff like that. We like to, whatever we get. Obviously, if we're going to hunt, we like to make sure we're going to eat it. Make the most of it. So, and everyone loves that content. So we've got plenty more coming.
And when can we expect to see you back in the octagon? And will it be Movsar?
We are looking. So I don't know. Nothing locked in, right? But I've told them that we're ready, and they seem to be ready. Maybe anyway, August, September, around those sort of times. But nothing's locked in. But that's what we're looking for. So hopefully something's locked in soon, and you will know.
Please be John Silva, brother.
Thanks for the questions. We got 5 more minutes. We'll get as many as we can. Go ahead.
All right, what's up, guys? All right, my name is Ernest. I came all the way from Singapore. So, for the fight night, I did not expect to meet Volk, Rob, Caio. What's up, guys?
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you guys. So I got 2 questions, all right? Firstly, to the middleweight legend, Rob, future middleweight legend, Caio. What are your predictions for Strickland versus Chimaev? I gotta know.
Mate, I don't think anyone's worked out the puzzle that Chimaev is. I haven't been in there with him and seen what he did to Dricus. He will take you down, and he's just, I don't think Strickland has the skills to beat him personally.
For me, first of all, if you really want my prediction, you should go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there. I will do there a good prediction and a good analysis of the fight. But what I could say right now, I think it's a fight that is in my opinion, 60-40 to Hamza.
All right. Caio, shout out Fighting Nerds and Full Violence, man. And for
Fighting
Volk,
Nerds.
hey, let's go. And for Volk, so you had a long legendary career, right? Future Hall of Famer, goal of your division, 2 times champ. As you continue your second reign as a champ, what is the ultimate end goal here?
Just be a good champion. Just keep doing my thing. Obviously, we've got so many great fighters in our division that are just kicking ass. And so they've got guys and having contenders and just going out taking them contenders. Just keep doing my job. You know what I mean? I have a job to do and I take it serious. I don't like to pick and choose. If you deserve it, you get it. It's just that simple. And we've got a lot of guys that deserve it and a lot of guys that are, great fighters and that are going to be exciting fighters. So, I'll just keep doing that. Just keep enjoying myself.
Adversity is a privilege. Shout out, Walt.
Thanks for making the trip. Over here, go ahead.
Volkanovski, did you prefer the Perth walkout or the Sydney walkout?
Man, all right. So there's 2. The Perth, I'm gonna say I think it had a bit of a louder pop, but but in Sydney, the way everyone just sung it literally because I would have had everyone I know there. Everyone was singing the song the whole time. It went for I felt like that song went for 5 minutes, and the whole arena was singing it for 5 minutes. But Perth probably had some louder pop. So I'm gonna say they're definitely pretty even. So I was very, very happy and proud and honoured to be a part of both of those and have everyone cheering me on.
Finally, for Caio, how do you expect to deal with Carlos's loss tomorrow?
I'm not expecting that, but if that happens, we're going to deal as the same way that we always deal with loss. We're going to get better, work harder, and get back to winning.
Thank you.
Thanks for the questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, Volk, welcome back to Perth, mate, and sensational performance there in Sydney. I think we can all say that. Phenomenal stuff, like immortal. But when it comes to obviously the evolution of the UFC now, over the last 30 years, you've got these dangers of the Dagestanis, as you've dealt with before. Do you think that it's in the blood, or do you think you could actually get a training camp, go to Dagestan, maybe Dricus and Jack, and you could take Ben Vickers and all that, and Josh, and help them out, do a 6-month training camp in case Jack goes over the line against Prates now, and or do you think it's a game versus game? It's Jack's materials versus Islam's on the day that gets it counted?
Well, yeah, man. Obviously, there's a lot that goes in it. You know, you've got a great fighter in Islam and that style that he's going to be tough. But I mean, obviously, you got Jack who wants a rematch. He's got a tough fight this weekend tomorrow, so he's going to have to go do his thing. But definitely, I know he wants it, and I know he'll do much better next time. And obviously, man, I've got respect for everybody, but I'd love to help Jack in that one again.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Once
very much.
again, the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Oh.
I think we got someone with Bruce Buffer retired. We got this
Bruce
guy.
Buffer is
Great
the GOAT,
job.
by the way.
Dressed the
So
part.
respect to Bruce.
Over here, go ahead.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, brother.
My question is to the GOAT Volk. Did you ever feel like tapping out against Ortega, and what was your mindset in that fight?
Nah, never the thought of the tapping. That's for sure. But it was deep. It was very deep. You know, I've talked about this plenty of times, and it was that deep that the lights were dimming. I was doing everything I could. You know, I thought I was doing everything right. I feel like I was, and the lights were still dimming, which is just crazy. It just shows you how good he is in those positions. But I must have made, by that grit, determination, and me just being stubborn like I am, just gave me enough space to not go to sleep, and then obviously to just hang on, and then his arms just started to tire bit by bit, and that light started coming back, and then that's when I knew. I was like, he's getting tired now, and as soon as I get back up, I'm going to punch that head through the canvas, and that's what I did. But obviously, nothing was ever that deep, so credit to him.
One of my favorite fights of yours, by the way. That was awesome. Last question. We'll end with you.
Hey Volk, I just want to start off saying, but I love you. And second of all,
too.
saying, I know Movsar's next, but what did you think of Aljo's performance against Zalal last week? That fight between you two has been talked about a few times, and I personally would love to see you defend against him. Do you think that this is a must-have fight before you lay the gloves down?
I mean, like I said, for me, it's just fight all these guys. Like, you've got so many deserving guys. You do have your Movsars, you do have your Aljamains, you got obviously Silva. You know, you got so many guys. You did have Zalal, obviously he was in a position, but you got these guys that are doing their thing and all making a case. And for me, it's whoever's deserving, whoever the UFC wants, bring it on. That's just how I am, and I'll keep doing my thing. And when you're fighting the number one contenders with resumes that they have, I mean, that's what's going to be remembered. You know what I mean? Like, not just fighting anybody for the sake of it. People will remember the great fighters that the champions are fighting, and that's the type of champion I want to be.